What's going on? Sunny here. I just wanted to make a quick casual video today. I want to discuss one thing that I know you have gone through before. Because it's something that I have gone through many times, and that's actually something that I realized just today. Okay? Have you ever gone through a phase where you come across a really powerful teaching? Maybe it was the law of attraction teachings when you just first encountered them, or maybe it was when you just started coming across reality transurfing knowledge, book or video, whatever it may be, or really any other spiritual realization that you had about life. And you went through the phase of like maybe a day or two where you were like, oh, I have it figured out now. You know, like nothing's ever gonna be the same ever again. I'm gonna literally create the life that I want exactly to the T, easily, effortlessly. And you were on this high vibe for, again, like a day or two. You really feeling it, really implementing it. And then suddenly after, it kind of like all went away, right? Your regular vibration just went back to normal. Or the vibration of the high vibe from those 2 days just went back to normal. You just came back to your normal state of being with your normal mindset, the normal way you lived life. You maybe even negative emotions came back. Your negative mindset came back. And like the awareness of the concept that you had learned, that you had realized, still was within your awareness. You were very aware of it. You know that, okay, that is, I'm pretty sure that's what life is. You believed in it, in these new teachings and everything like that. But like the feeling of it went away. And you just came back to your regular, habitual kind of day-to-day life. And maybe that even discouraged you. And you started to think, oh, that's just, that's not real. And you just kind of like, the conventional worldview just kind of grabbed you back into its palm. I'm sure that's happened at least once in your life. And if it has, by the way, please comment down below so that others also know that we're, all in this together. And that's why I wanted to make this video today, because this is a realization that I recently had. Although I've experienced this multiple times in my journey, recently I've been coming across a lot of powerful stuff. Not even in books or videos necessarily, but just through meditation. And actually some videos as well, the courses that I'm taking. A lot of stuff about, this sense of oneness and constantly having a higher self perspective rather than the person perspective. That's really the stage of my journey right now that I'm really exploring, trying to leave the conditioned perspective of viewing life, to experiencing life through the person, through the ego, and rather expanding to the higher self perspective. Always experiencing life from the I am consciousness perspective. That's something that I can talk about in another video. But, every single time like I have one of these realizations, I'll be like blissed out for maybe a couple of days. And I'll be really like into it, and I'll be really feeling that sense of oneness and like, expanding. It's just like such an amazing time. And I'm like, oh, I got it all figured out now. And then a couple of days after, it just falls off. It's not like it completely just leaves my awareness, but it's like, it's still there. I still completely understand it, but now I'm back to my older vibration. And like just the other day, I actually looked back at my entire journey over the past like 2.5 years. I think it's been now 3 years maybe. And I noticed that this was like happening consistently. And then I realized like there's a couple of reasons for this. Number one is obviously, as you are growing greater in your spiritual realization, you are accessing higher levels of consciousness. And every single time you like make a jump in a higher level of consciousness, you understand a concept from like a higher level of consciousness, you get this little release, you get this little like, oh my God. And that maybe lasts a day or two. But then you fall, like you can't sustain and maintain that high consciousness level yet, that higher vibration yet. So you kind of fall back into your habitual vibration. And then you go through this integration phase, where now if you continue to practice and implement that teaching, you will continue to go to that higher level of consciousness, which will become your home. But you have to go through this integration phase. And I realized, like looking back in my journey, this has happened every single time. The habitual level that I stay at now is way different than what my habitual level used to be. And you'll notice the same thing for yourself, even if you think you're not making spiritual progress. And, another reason for this is that you constantly have this innate desire within you to grow, right? And to grow in spiritual realization, especially if you have like already kind of woken up spiritually, you constantly just want to know more, you want to realize more, you want to be able to express that in your life more. While you watching this video is like an expression of that desire to know more, to grow more, right here. And higher self consciousness, who you truly are, is constantly giving you these glimpses of itself, of a higher reality, of a higher consciousness. And so you constantly have these glimpses of those like higher levels of reality, higher levels of consciousness, where life can operate completely differently, where there's a complete different belief system, a complete different understanding of yourself and life. And so you get that glimpse, and you like life is amazing for maybe a day or two, and you're literally on that high vibe. You're feeling what it would like to be on that as your regular home, like your regular consciousness level. And then you fall back into your regular vibration. Why? Because you have to integrate that into your body and mind. So you could think of it like this. You get this kind of soul perspective, like, your higher self gives you this glimpse, and your soul is already there, okay? However, your body and mind are still within your current level of consciousness. And now they have to integrate these teachings, the realization that you had, into their life, your life, in order to make that their habitual state. And so, as much as this phase might suck, don't look at it like that, Look at it like as a blessing. You constantly get these little glimpses, then you come back, you have all this time now to just integrate all these teachings and make them real for you through practice, implementation, further inquiry, meditation, until you become so solidified in these concepts, in these teachings, until they become truly real for you, that you don't have to like constantly resort to, books or like YouTube videos, or like you don't have to write them down on your wall. But yeah, you just know them. They are a part of you now. And then you go through the journey again. Like you're just constantly, you're actually already on that higher consciousness level, but you're still seeking, because this desire will never end. You're still seeking something greater in terms of, a greater knowing of yourself and life and reality. And so you get another glimpse, and then you have to integrate that. Okay, so that's really what the journey is all about. And I wanted to make this video today to let you know that there's nothing wrong with you, that everybody has these phases. You have to enjoy and embrace the peaks and valleys of this journey and extract the maximum amount of growth and lessons and benefit from them. Okay, so have those glimpses, love that reality, and allow those 2 days of like complete high vibe, higher consciousness living to show you where you are headed, to show you that, like what the truth really is. So then when you come back down and maybe like you fall into a negative state, you still have like an idea of, okay, this state does not feel good to me. It is not the truth. That state is more it resembles the truth more because it feels good. And that's what the emotional guidance system is. What feels good is more aligned with the truth, with the higher self perspective. So, wanted to just state that to you today. Please let me know if you have gone through this. I know you have. If you're on this journey, you have. So share with me, what was one teaching that you came across that was like, oh my God, I'm gonna like literally have the easiest life from here on out. I think for me, it was definitely like in the beginning when I had just read like Think and Grow Rich, some of those teachings, when like I realized that you can imprint upon your subconscious mind anything. So that was really big for me at the time. Afterwards, when I read the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, learning about the pure potentiality and like law of giving and receiving, that was really big for me. I remember when I really came across reality trend surfing, I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm literally going to be like the master of my life now. You know, everything's going to be amazing in like such a short amount of time. And, you know, that's great and all, but it's like the journey and integrating all of that and making it real for you is the real virtue, is the real joy. And I'm experiencing that more and more now. So let me know what was that for you? What was that teaching for you? All right. Now, if you do want to make all of these teachings more real for you and like accelerate your process, you can also get one-on-one coaching with me. The link for that is in the description box below. All right. Other than that, subscribe to this channel, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video.